What's up, guys? Andrew here. New location within my apartment. I took over half of the living room here. And I plan on getting a better camera because I can't record streams. I didn't start earlier because the light in the back was too strong and I couldn't make the settings on this webcam good enough for you to see the actual sunset, which was not so great today because it was kind of foggy in the mountains, but still, it's still an amazing view. Just because you get to see the mountain and the city over there. That's west of the city. I'm in Poblado towards the south. That's west of the city. The sun sets over there, so you can imagine once the sun sets, it gets pretty bright. So I'm going to put these slides up here. Sorry, I totally forgot about the damn slides. The good thing is that it's only like 3 slides, so just bear with me as I do this. It's just, it was kind of a long day because I worked all day and then I had the impulse to change the location so that I can have the city behind me and a little bit more room and breathing space, and I can be louder here because I don't have over there in the other room that I was in. It was hard to be loud because I would be playing video games late, and I know that my neighbors could probably hear me because it's kind of like a tunnel there where the window, and I don't have it soundproof, so I felt pretty guilty playing until 1:30 in the morning and yelling, because of Fortnite. So here I can yell all I want and no one can really hear me. So it's a good thing. So let me put these slides up. So I did change the location for those of you guys just joining. It's this is my part of my living room, half of the living room here, and then the other half is over there. I've got the TV over there. But I'm going to keep it this way. This is basically 100% commitment now. Like, there's no turning back. I have, like, my streaming and my business desk is literally in my living room now. I have that other room where I had this desk at empty. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'll probably leave it empty in case I do have, like, let's say, people over someday, which is probably in the, far in the future now. So Alejo Rojas, how you doing? Cav, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Yeah, I almost thought I wasn't going to be on. No, it's I'll always be on for the next couple years. This is literally just another example of being committed to what your hopes and dreams are. Talk about making your habits visible, right? Or making what you want to do visible every single day. When I wake up in the morning and I come to the living room, I see my office, and I obviously think about the stream. So there's no turning back now, I guess. I'm just making the slides real quick for this. Okay. And I'm almost done here. Just need to copy this stuff over. But how are you guys doing? Today is a beautiful Wednesday here in Medellin. As you can see in the back, it's not raining. It's a great day. If you hear ambient noise, that's just because I'm near a street here, and Calle 10 is over here, so that gets pretty, that can get loud, but not today. Today's a Wednesday, and it's kind of, it is, I guess, dying down as far as traffic is concerned. Okay, so I'll put this over here, and then we'll get started. So I hope everyone having a great day. I'm going to actually open up Facebook here, so because for some reason I'm not able to see some of the comments that come through or questions or whatever. So I'm going to actually put it up here. I'll scoot over here a little bit too, just so that I'm kind of in the middle of the shot. Let's see, where's the other stream? I'm also on Twitch and YouTube, so these videos are being edited and put up on YouTube. So I suggest that if you like them, that you follow or subscribe to my channel so that you get the notices. How was the tremor this morning? I'm from California. That tremor was really... that's what it was. It was a tremor. It wasn't an earthquake. People here were worried about it because I guess we haven't had one that was that, magnitude or even being able to feel it. But since I'm from California, I'm used to bigger earthquakes than that. I wasn't too worried about it. Let me see. I can get over here. Yeah, this is more like the center of the shot. Move this over here. Yeah, this is like the center of the shot. Kind of getting in here. Okay. Oh, I gotta get my guy over here centered. Oh, but I guess that's like the center already. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I mean, that's as far as I can get him over. All right, so let's talk about taking action, guys. It's something that is often asked, I guess, or I often ask myself sometimes too, like, why didn't I take action? I think one of the biggest or worst emotions that you can have as in life is regret. And a lot of the times I've regretted things that I didn't do because I didn't take action. And I let myself get into my own head and I stopped dead in my tracks. So today I want to talk about 2 steps to take action. I'm going to start recording here. Welcome to Life Hacks with Andrew. My name is Andrew Messia, and today we're talking about 2 steps to taking action right now. Would your life be different if you took action today? Oh, fuck. I keep forgetting about these damn headphones. I don't need the headphones now that I sound checked. Okay, I'm going to start over again. Damn it, sorry. Welcome to Life Hacks with Andrew. I'm Andrew Messia, and today we're talking about 2 steps to taking action right now. Would your life be different if you took action today on your hopes, on your dreams, on your goals? Today I'm going to go over 2 ways to take action right now. For those of you interested, I've also created a digital marketing course. If you'd like to be the first to try it out for free, sign up to the newsletter. It's in the description. So why do people stop taking action or don't take action on the things that they really want to do? That's a great question. I've asked myself that question over the last 17 years after I got out of jail in 2005, sorry. After I got out of jail in 2005, why was it that I wasn't taking action on the things that I wanted to do and the things that I wanted to become? Number one is analysis paralysis. So we have to realize what analysis paralysis is, and we have to know what the difference is between being knowledgeable in something and taking action towards that. Because you can read all the books in the world, you can read and watch all the videos and tutorials in the world about what you want to do, but it doesn't mean that you're taking action or progressing. Action means progress, right? So I have an analogy that I found online. Let's say that I had, let's say that I had 5 people sitting on that couch, and 4 of those people decided to get up and leave. How many people would be left on the couch? If your answer is 4, sorry, I fucked that up. I got this analogy off of the internet, and I thought it was really good. Let's say that I had 5 people sitting on that couch, and 4 of them decided to get up and walk away. How many people would be left on that couch? If your answer is 1, that's incorrect. You still have 5, because I said that those 4 people decided to get off the couch. They didn't get off the couch. So there's a difference between doing and deciding. We can decide all day that we want to be rich. We can decide all day that we want to go to a different country. We can decide all day that we want to become an entrepreneur. We could decide all day that we want to learn a new skill or trade. But if we don't actually take action, we're just left sitting on the couch. Are you experiencing this in your life, or have you in the past? We tend to make a lot of decisions. We decide to eat healthier, get another degree, start a new business. However, all of these decisions really mean nothing. In order to make a decision meaning anything, we need to take action. This concept is so simple, yet most people never move from deciding to doing. They don't get into the habit of taking action and do not accomplish all they could be accomplishing. By getting into the habit of putting ideas and decisions into action, we are all in a better position to achieve our results and our desires. Your belief becomes your thoughts. Your thoughts become your words. Your words become your actions. Your actions become your habits. Your habits become your values. Your values become your identity. That's an unknown person that I saw on the internet had that quote, and I loved it. I'll repeat it again. Your beliefs become your thoughts. Your thoughts become your words. Your words become your actions. Your actions become your habits. Your habits become your values, and your values become your identity. That's such a great way of putting into perspective what analysis paralysis can do to a person. If your beliefs are that I need to understand something to perfection before I take action, you're already losing traction. You're already losing valuable time. Time is money. Obviously, money isn't the root of happiness, but it is an essential part to happiness. I love the fact that I've learned what analysis paralysis is over the last 17 years. Once I got out of prison in 2005, I would analyze things and I would think, why I would analyze getting a job. And then I would realize that I can't get a job because I'm an ex-convict. I'm a felon. I don't have any knowledge. I don't have any skills. I don't have any experience. I can't get that job. So before I even picked up the phone, I analyzed and thought of all the negative things that held me back and all of the excuses. So I didn't take action. I did take action, however, on the things that I believed that I could do. I believed that I didn't need to have a degree, or I didn't need to be a regular, what we call in prison, a square, someone that's never been convicted of a crime, in order to join a multi-level marketing company. So that's what I did. That was the route that I took. Would my life have changed or been a lot different, and maybe experience wealth and monetary wealth way before 41 years old, had I at 25 years old changed my beliefs and quit my analysis paralysis on getting a job? Who knows? I could have maybe gotten a job where I gained experience on how to build airplanes or how to sell airplanes, and by age 29 I could have been a millionaire or at least very wealthy. I don't know, and I regret that I had that analysis paralysis and I didn't take action back then. Obviously, this was my journey, so I can't. Regret is okay to have. I was listening to a great podcast on Spotify this morning about regret, and regret is human nature, right? It's not like you want to eliminate regret from your life. What you want to figure out is how you can move ahead from regret, how to forgive yourself and move on and grow and become better. So I don't feel bad that I regret that. I understand that I didn't take action on some things when I was younger. I also understand that I made mistakes, and I forgive myself for that, and I've moved on, and I focus on today. So we have to recognize analysis paralysis. If you want to take action now, you have to recognize what is stopping you. And a lot of the times it's basically us overthinking situations. If you are waiting for everything to be perfect in order to get started, you're going to wait forever. Things will never be perfect. Trust me. I know, because I've started businesses, I've failed. I now have a successful business. I have a couple successful businesses now, and I'm starting a couple other successful businesses. And I know that if I wait until things are perfect, or until things are just right, or the timing is just right — I hate those words, they're so cliche. We have to wait for the timing to be just right. We're going to be waiting forever, or what will seem like forever, and we will lose valuable time. And again, time means money. There will always be something that is not right or could be better. There is no perfect time. There is only right now. You must take action now, and you can make adjustments as you move along. This has been my journey over the last 17 years in entrepreneurship and life in general, like moving to a country when I had no money, was that I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to take action now, and I'll figure out the rest as I move on through the journey. When was I love this quote. Let me think about it, actually. I didn't write it down, but I remember this. When's the best time to plant a tree? 10 years ago. When's the second best time to plant a tree? Right this moment. Because the longer you wait, the longer it's going to take for that tree to grow. So remember that when you're thinking about the things that you want to do in life, whether it's start a business, start a new job, ask that beautiful girl out, or just talk to her. The best time to do it is right now. Well, the best time to do it would have been yesterday, but the second best time is to do it now. One of the things I think about, or I thought about while I was writing this talk, was when we were kids. Do you remember when you were a kid and you were learning how to ride a bike or ride a skateboard or rollerblades? You didn't read a bunch of books about how the wheel was invented, what inertia is, and what the mechanics are of pedaling. You just got on the fucking thing and rode. Obviously, you fell down. You probably got hurt a couple times. I know I did. It might have taken you a few days. It took me. I remember when I was a kid, I got a loaner bike from someone that didn't have brakes. And the way that I learned was just having my feet on the floor and just pushing myself through until I figured out how to pedal. And it took me at least a week to get riding a bicycle down. But I figured it out as I did it. And I fell down many times. But eventually, I got going. Why can't we be how we were when we were children and we were learning new things like that as adults? That's what I ask myself. And I always think back to what would the kid in me say? That kid that's so innocent, that doesn't know pain or emotional pain or rejection and just says, go ahead and do it. Just do it. It looks like fun. Go do it. Sometimes I have to reach inside and pull that inner child out and say, okay, I'm going to go do it. And I'm just going to have fun. For me, it was one of the biggest challenges in my life is talking to beautiful women. When I was younger, I was afraid of rejection. I didn't want to go up to someone and then have them reject me and say no. Today, I pull that inner child out and say, well, this is going to be fun. Let's make this fun. Let's go comment on her shoes or something and say, hey, I love those bright yellow shoes you have on. Where can I get a pair? Why not make it fun? Make her laugh, make yourself laugh, and go from there. So here's the hack. Don't watch or read anything on what you desire to do if you're not ready to take action now. For example, let's say that you want to learn how to build a website. Don't go watch a video on how to build a website while you're in bed. Watch it while you're on your computer, on your desk, and ready to take the steps necessary to create a website. That's been my hack in life. Whenever I'm ready to do something, I don't do it while I'm in bed. I do it in the environment that is going to make it easy for me to take those steps that are actionable. Let's say you want to learn how to play the guitar. Don't watch a video on how to play the guitar while you're taking a shit. Watch it while you're sitting with your guitar. It's that simple. I can't believe that that's a hack, but that is a hack for many people. Secondly, don't watch more than one video. I know that YouTube and all these other video platforms are intended for us to continue watching. And I'm guilty of this myself. Sometimes I'll watch something and then I'll keep watching and then I'll keep watching and then I won't do shit. I won't take the action that I wanted to because I got sidetracked by watching a ton of other videos on a ton of other things that I don't know. And it happened with when I was learning this stream was, or learning how to stream and how to set up my equipment was that I would watch a video and I'm like, oh, so that's how you hook up the PlayStation to your computer. I need this device. And then, oh, but then wait a minute. I need a mic because I'm not going to be able to talk to people while I stream through the game chat. I'm going to have to get an external mic, a secondary mic to figure out how to do it on Discord. It's so weird. It's so weird how that happens, but YouTube has this down to a science for you to keep watching videos and keep doing things so that you so that you're entertained and you spend more hours in front of the computer watching or on your phone watching. So my advice is if you're going to start by watching a video, just watch one video and start taking action, even if it means small steps. Your rebuttal may be, well, what if that's not the best video out there or the most updated video out there? I don't care. Start with one video and start taking action. Don't go video after video and say, oh, that video was good, but what if there's a more updated video or someone smarter that made a better video? I'm guilty of that too. But what I've found that is when I watch one video or I read one chapter of the book and then start taking action on what that chapter told me to do, my life changes. My circumstances change. You're seeing it before your eyes. This is my 4th week of streaming, and I've literally transformed my whole living room into my office now to do this stream because I wanted more space and also because I wanted to be 110% committed to this for the next 2 years, which means that it's going to be weird, very weird when I bring a date over here. So what does that mean to what does that mean to my social life? It means that I'm going to have to sacrifice those nights. I'm going to have to sacrifice that time that I spend out chasing tail and hanging out with friends with doing this. I'm replacing that because I know that if I do this for 2 years straight, it means an extra $10,000 in my bank account. And once I get there, and when I get there, this will look very different because this won't last forever. I'll probably have a bigger place. I'll probably have different equipment. It's not probably. I will definitely have a bigger place, and I will definitely have different equipment because if you saw what I had right now, you would lie. You would die laughing. One other way to erase this analysis paralysis that we get sometimes is to use the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins. Mel Robbins has a great book called The 5-Second Rule, and it's a very long book, but you don't need to read the whole thing. I suggest that you do what I do. I basically get a book, and I don't like physical books. I'm a fucking technology guy. I got tablets and things to read on. So I'll download the book, and then I go to the most potent parts and start taking action. Like I say, okay, she said this. Okay, I'm going to go do that. So basically, the 5-second rule is that whenever you get a feeling, you take action within the first 5 seconds. Because if you don't take action in those first 5 seconds, you start to overthink, and then you're stopped dead in your tracks, or that momentum leaves your brain and your body doesn't follow, or it makes it a lot harder to follow. It doesn't mean that you stop dead in your tracks. It usually means that the inertia or that intention stops dead in its tracks, and then your body soon follows. So maybe you don't go after what you're doing or you want to do with enthusiasm or that same emotion that you had in those first 5 seconds of that feeling. And those feelings could be many things. For example, my goal this year is to continue practicing basketball with a professional basketball coach. And the only time he has available, because he trains the professional team here in Colombia, is 6 a.m. in the morning. That means I have to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. And there's been times when that alarm goes off at 5 a.m. and I don't want to get up. It's cold outside. In Medellin it doesn't get cold, but at 5 in the morning it's cold, especially when you've been sleeping all night and you have the covers on you. I don't want to wake up. So immediately when I get that feeling, when that alarm goes off and the first thing that I think about is I don't want to do this, I immediately force myself to get up within those first 5 seconds to erase that negative thought, to erase that, I guess, analysis paralysis. Because what I used to do was I would wake up at 5 in the morning and be like, oh, then start scrolling on my phone, Instagram, and that inertia, my energy would just go way down in the dumps. But ever since I started using the 5-second rule for waking up early in the morning, is that the moment I feel like hitting the snooze button or just laying there or telling myself that I'm just going to lay here for 5-10 minutes until I'm ready to wake up. Once I cut that out and I get myself up and I make myself walk out here to the living room, which now is going to be difficult to look out this window, but I'll have to come across all these obstacles. It's changed my momentum, it changes my energy, and it changes it changes the outcome of my morning. So getting into this habit programs yourself into immediate action. Even if it's something as simple as waking up in the morning and forcing yourself in those first 5 seconds to get the fuck out of bed and do something. It makes a difference. And then you start brainwashing yourself. I love that word, brainwashing. A lot of people use it with negative connotation, but I use it with a positive connotation. I wash my brain from what society and teachers and schools taught me as a kid. I've washed my brain from all of those regular life habits to new life habits, which have made me successful. Number 2, and finally, I'm making this one short because taking action doesn't mean that you fucking watch a 30-minute video on taking action. It means you watch a few minutes and then you go do your shit, right? Go take care of business. So stop making excuses. There are a ton of reasons why we should not do something. Every day we think of reasons why I shouldn't start a business, why I can't learn a new skill, why I can't move to a different country, why I can't pursue that hot girl that works with me or that I see every morning at the coffee shop. Excuses come up whenever there's a difficult task at hand. When I got out of jail at 24 years old, I had a ton of reasons in my brain why I could never become rich. It took me years of hard work working on myself, not only working on business and working on sales, but working on myself, on my core beliefs to get over that. We come up with excuses whenever we feel something is going to take a lot out of us, either physically, emotionally, or mentally. So how do we stop making excuses? I'm going to go over a couple steps. Number one, go from a mentality of limits to a mentality of solutions. Start by replacing the words I want to with I'm going to, and this is how. Start thinking of changing I can't or even I want to do something with I'm going to do it and this is how I'm going to do it. I learned that when I was, 26 years old. No, actually, I have a good story on this, and I didn't write this down. I just thought of it. My parents had small businesses growing up. My whole life, I grew up around small businesses. I grew up around their shops. They used to sell clothing to children, to adults. They had a toy store at one point, all in flea markets or indoor flea markets or indoor swap meets. That's what they call them in California. And I would remember that the stress would get to them sometimes when we didn't meet a certain goal. For example, if someone ordered something that needed to be created, like my mom made handcrafts for like baptismals, first communions, etc. Obviously, to a lot of Hispanic people, 99% of the clients were Hispanic and Catholic, so they would create, handcrafts that they would give out at baptismals or whatever. I remember one time when I was in charge of the store because they were both out, and a lady came and said, "Hey, I'm here to pick up the dozen baptismal things that you put on the tables." And I was like, okay, well, and I looked for them. She had the slip and everything, and it wasn't there. So I called my father, and I said, "Hey, Mrs. So-and-so is here to pick up her dozen baptismal recuerdos," that they're called. And my dad immediately went, "Oh my God, I forgot." And then he started just beating himself up and paralyzed in that, where that memory is so vivid to me because I said to him, "Well, are we going to complain or do we have a solution?" And that was obviously the wrong thing to say to my father at that time because he got very angry. I had to hang up the phone. And immediately I told the lady, "Look, ma'am, I'm sorry. I don't have them right now, but I'm going to call my father back. I lost connection, or the call dropped. I'm going to call him back, and then I'll deliver them to your house." That was my solution. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't even know if they were going to be made or anything. It turns out that she didn't actually need them till the next day. My father, in his stress and in his analysis paralysis and in that moment of fight or flight, he basically lost track of when they were needed. She was just there to pick them up today, but she didn't need them till tomorrow. They got done. I delivered them in the evening, and everything was okay. But ever since that day, I stopped thinking about problems in a negative way and started thinking as problems as challenges, and thinking of the solutions to those challenges, even if the solution was impossible or even not apparent right there and then. If your first instinct is to say, "I can't start a business, I can't ask that girl out," I can't do this. I can't do that. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself why, and then ask yourself how. Why am I thinking this, and how can I remedy this? If you get in that habit, life gets easier. It did for me. It has gotten for me. Asking myself, why am I thinking this way, and how I can change it. For example, I'll give you another example with women. I've always thought that very gorgeous, beautiful women were unattainable to me because I didn't have money. I'm not great looking like those other guys. And it's just not for me. If you've read my blog, The Medellin Buzz, and you've seen or hung out with me, you know that I don't date and I don't go out with ugly girls. And not only ugly girls as far as appearance-wise, but also internally. I like girls that have motivation. That to me is beautiful. A girl that's motivated, that is self-sufficient, independent, smart, bilingual, like all of those things. I have a list of qualities that I think are beautiful. On top of that, obviously, I'm a human, and I see and I believe and see through my eyes. So I like an attractive woman. So years ago, someone told me and asked me why I thought that way, why I think that. And I said, well, I don't find myself attractive. I don't think that I'm smart enough or wealthy enough to attract a woman like that. And they said, well, it seems like you have a self-esteem issue, self-confidence issue. So I started working on my self-esteem. How did I do that? Literally, I started by hitting the gym again. I hit the gym again, and I bulked up. And I was pretty big. And that immediately shot my self-esteem up. Second, I started to stop making excuses and just approaching women. I did get rejected many times, a lot of times. But sometimes they would say yes, and then I started to figure out why these other girls said no and why these other girls said yes. A lot of the times it's just because I'm not their fucking type. And a lot of the times they said yes, I wasn't their type, but they just liked my personality, or they liked hanging out with me. So what I'm trying to say is that instead of focusing on your weaknesses, focus on your strengths. For example, my strength was my physique. I'm tall, and I play basketball, so I focus on that. And also, I have a pretty good personality. I can be very funny around women, and I use that to my advantage. Being aware of your weaknesses is good, but don't focus on them. Rather, focus on your strengths and the things that you have to offer that other people do not. This goes not only for picking up women or meeting new friends, but also in business when you want to pursue a new career or whatever. If you're stopped in your tracks, making excuses, don't focus on the weakness. Don't think I can't because of this. Think, why am I saying I can't? How can I change this? What are my strengths? If you consider your lack of experience to be a weakness in your goals of maybe starting a new business or learning a new language, the only way you can face this head on is to gain the necessary experience to feel like speaking a new language or starting a new business and eventually accomplishing it. Rather than focusing on the lack of experience, focus on your drive and ambition to become a business owner or to learn a new language or to travel to that new country. Shift your energy from limiting beliefs or weakness to strengths. Also, you want to set small, attainable goals. Instead of thinking of the big picture and saying, I want to move to a new country, but I don't have enough money. Okay, we understand that money is definitely necessary. Let's set small goals. What small things can I do right now to change this? Can I get a job? Can I sell something that I already have? Can I sell something that somebody else has and make some money right away and start saving? Don't think of the big goal and get over and start overanalyzing and start making excuses as to why you can't. Understand that there's a weakness, but start setting small, attainable goals in order to achieve your bigger dream. Don't compare yourself to others. That's one thing that we do almost instinctively. It's easy to say, I can't because those people are better than me, or I can't because those people are educated and I'm not educated. I can't because I'm a convicted felon and convicted felons aren't millionaires, or convicted felons aren't successful entrepreneurs. That was my own negative self-talk coming out of prison. When you compare yourself to other people, especially those that have already achieved what you want to achieve, you're focusing on your weaknesses rather than your strength. This probably makes you feel defeated and helpless, hopeless. If you see a big gap between where you are today and where they are, you don't want to go tackle that obstacle. You don't want to climb that mountain, or you feel less ambitious to climb that mountain. So don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to yourself. That's what I do. Every day, I'm 41 and I still play basketball. And it's very easy for me to fall in the trap of comparing myself to these 25-year-old kids that are fucking dunking like I was when I was 25 years old and beating me. Instead, I try to beat myself every single day. Instead of doing 100 push-ups, I try to do 200. Instead of making 100 baskets, I try to make 150 baskets when I practice. Instead of not training or training only in the afternoons and shooting baskets, I've hired a basketball coach to wake me up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go do an hour and a half session with him twice a week. I don't compare myself to others. I try to compare myself to myself and try to beat myself every time and beat my own records. And finally, change your damn attitude. Realize that you have the power to change. You just have to be motivated to do so. You can't feel defeated or complacent with your life just being okay without making excuses. Without making excuses, you have the power to change anything in your life. If you don't feel like you can do it on your own, get help from others. Surround yourself with people that will help change that attitude. We're not in this life alone. Although sometimes we do feel alone, we're not alone. There are many people out there that are going through the same thing that you're going through that could need a partner to go through it with. Seek someone's help. Watch videos that change your attitude. Watch what you put in your brain. Just like you watch what you put in your body when you eat and you want to feel healthy, watch what you put in your brain when you want to achieve success. Change your damn attitude and your life will change. From the moment you wake up, change your attitude. From the moment you get into bed at night, change your attitude. Don't go to sleep angry. Don't go to sleep depressed. Change your attitude and you'll change your life. Thank you guys for watching. This is Life Hacks with Andrew. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Again, I have started a course, a digital marketing course for beginners. I'm going to be selling it for $200 to $500 a pop. But if you're a part of the newsletter now, you'll get it for free.